Block Ram 313 back at it again. Why? Because you know this is therapeutic, man. Back again with another therapy session. The title of this video proper is She Does Not Deserve a Good Man. Diving right into the subject matter at hand. My thoughts on this. When you come across a woman who, in her youth, and at the peak of her beauty, when the mind is the most moldable and impressionable, when her value is at its highest, 18 to 23, when she has taken these most productive years, when she's taken these most valuable years, when she has taken these years and squandered it. Squandered these years by being promiscuous, in and out of different beds. When she has loved the thugs and other men. As the children come about, as she's gained substantial weight, made bad decisions, and blown most of her money, and now is deep in debt. When the wall has hit, when she's above 30, and now depends on others, family and friends and men, the government for handout, assistance, and help. When the passage of time reveals the absence of self-control over the years, her bad decision making. When the chickens come home to roost and she is now alone with nothing to show for her best years. It is then when she believes that she's now ready for a serious relationship and a commitment. A commitment that she did not require or even desire in her youth. This commitment is now required to receive the only value that she has. And we know where what their value lies in between her. But anyway. But now she desires a commitment for the same thing that she gave away freely without a commitment. Now what is most used to her in her mind has the most value. In fact, universally, it is thought that women are more valuable than men. And even you as a red pillar, you think this way. Yeah, you listening to me. Yeah, dude. You believe that a woman is more valuable than a man. I can prove it. Yes, you. Let me prove it. For example, right? Have you ever saw, let's say, a funny looking dude? Or a dude that appears to be broke, right? A guy that doesn't look like much. By American standards anyway. He may be short, he may be funny looking, he may look dry and thirsty, ashy, whatever, right? But it's an overall broke dude, right? A funny looking dude. And you see this guy, and we've all seen this, and we see this guy with a fine woman, a beautiful woman. Now, have you ever thought to yourself, why is she with him? And if you you're honest with yourself, you ever thought about this, if that thought ever came to mind when seeing a fine woman with a funny looking dude, if you thought that, this can only mean that you're assuming by the way she looks, by who she is, You're assuming that her value supersedes his, that she's above him. This is blue pill and simp thinking. Because she, by nature, no matter the circumstance, is your subordinate, no matter what. Now, that principle is universal and biological. Only an advanced red pillar can see such. I hope you are. Now, the average liberal succubus has so many problems, self-caused, of course. She has so many issues, so much baggage, so much damage, so much mess in her system, that she does not deserve a great guy. She has mental health issues, a diseased vag. She's rude, she's loud, hard to get along with, bad attitude, undisciplined. She is arrogant, she's bitter. And this bitterness and this attitude is all her fault, stemming from her own dating choices that she made, but yet she blames everyone else for, proving that her mind is mostly childlike, devoid of accountability and responsibility. But we believe that she deserves a good man despite her bad character, despite her poor choices, despite her mismanagement of funds, despite her promiscuity, despite her deep debt, despite the mileage, the weight, and the age. The heavyset lady with 3 kids and 2 baby daddies. She looking for a guy, 6'3" or better, great looks, washboard abs, 6-figure income, with no kids. A common theme that can be seen in dating profiles. These are her requirements. And guess what? She is not going to settle for less, because she knows her worth, so she says, right? How can you be more valuable now than you were when you were younger? But this is her thinking. She believes that her value is by birth, by virtue of just being female. And by virtue of being female, meaning that you are automatically less valuable than her. She's automatically more valuable than you. So you have to be a premium male just to attract a low grade female. Although again, as I said, your value is always higher by virtue of your birth. Unless you're a simp, then you will believe otherwise. But anyway, a premium male just to attract a low grade female, because she believes she deserves nothing less than a guy who's maybe a rich musician, an actor, an athlete, a CEO, a pastor. She deserves this. Doesn't want to accept less. Her narcissism, that level is above 10,000. And I ain't mad at her requirements. It's just an observation. But she believes her value is extremely high, no matter her past, no matter the baggage, no matter her current circumstance. A value that's automatically higher than yours. She's better than you. And that's the attitude that I see in this modern era, this dating era in which we now live. She's automatically going to turn her nose up at you. infinitely more valuable than you ever can be. Even when you as a man, you went to school, you stayed out of trouble. You had some self-discipline. You made some wise choices. You delayed your gratification. You've endured. Maybe you've come out the hood. Maybe you were able to see the traps and the pitfalls set before you and overcome them. And since you've made these choices, since you've endured these things, why should you as a man devalue yourself and deal with a woman who is most unworthy? Unworthy of your time, your effort, your resources, your energy, your attention, your wisdom, your guidance, your DNA. A woman who's not worthy of your protection, your love, your care, and your concern. For many men, these things are given away cheaply. Men, especially the blue pillars, are those who really suffer from low self-esteem. Your self-esteem is all the way in the dirt. She big, she funky, she got kids, and you have low self-esteem because that's your girl. Now, this is therapy. I too am very guilty of dating low quality women. Super low quality, to be exact. Shh. Don't tell nobody. This is therapy, right? There is no lying in therapy. Again, I say there is no lying in therapy. But see, if you're going to deal with a single mama, in which I do and have, at least have the integrity to live separately. Don't be sharing no household with her. Keep a nice, firm distance from the subpar. And very rare is there an exception to this. See, don't you think as a man that you should have a woman without all the baggage, without all the attitude? Why do we as men assume? Why do we as men want such low value in a woman? Why do we want to play Iyanla Vanzant and fix a woman's life? To save her, to rescue her from poverty, to rescue her from her mistakes, to rescue her from all the bad men that she chose and been ran through. Why do you feel like it is your job to do such? Why do you want to change her, make her an angel, make an honest woman out of her? And deep down, you know that she should be discarded like the trash that she is. If I was Kanye West, thank the Most High that I'm not. But if I was Kanye, yeah, Kim Kardashian, I would do my thing with her. But I wouldn't wife her up. I wouldn't wife up an Amber Rose. But this guy who appears to be arrogant is extremely lacking confidence. His low self-esteem is in the dirt. So are most men on this entire planet. See, a simp will put up with anything. Dudes now even brag about being the side dude. The guy on the side, they even brag about that. They're happy to be that. A complete role reversal. They even make songs about it. Simps should always wear skirts and panties. When you see a woman walking down the street, on social media, on a dating app, so many of them should not qualify. Not qualify to be taken seriously anyway. We should put ourselves on the throne. Make sure she qualifies for you. And treat her according to her worth and value that she displays. In this low self-esteem crap. Adapt a king's mindset. Turn your nose up at her like she stank. Turn your nose up at some of them, many of them. Turn your nose up at them as if she just dropped a deuce in her pants and you can smell it. Just like she does when she walks past a guy who isn't 6 foot forever. 6 figures plus 100 million. When his car ain't matching what her idea of what a luxury car or what a car should be. Turn your nose up at her like she stank. Like you can smell that fish. Because she believes that her value is high. But I submit to you that yours is even higher. See, many of them, they do not deserve you as a man. She does not deserve a good man. Make sure that you are worth something. Make sure that all your hard work, make sure that all your endurance, all your sacrifice, make sure at least you value that. Make sure at least that means something to you and that you're just not going to squander it on some female who all she done is made mistakes and blamed others for them. In fact, they weren't mistakes at all. These were willful choices based off her ignorance. An ignorance which does not turn until she hits the wall and even then some. For even when she's overweight and over 40, she still believes that she has value. And most men, simps, believe, no matter what they've endured, what they've sacrificed, and what they have achieved, that a woman with all that baggage, that her worth is still way more than yours. Again, men, value yourselves. And realize, again, that she does not deserve a good man. She does not deserve you. Just a quick message. Black Ram 313, and I'm out.